I think you gotta do shit nervous. Years of emails that are like, how do I get over my anxiety so I can do this? Or like, what if I get nervous doing this and fuck it up? I think you just have to be nervous, and you have to feel that you're nervous, and you have to do the thing anyway. Then for the rest of your life, you have this memory of, I was nervous while I was doing the thing and I did it. Even if it's bad, if you love the thing, you're gonna do it again and improve from your first time. And you might be less nervous because you already fucking did it. I think pushing through is such a like vital part of all the memories that you have. It's like the building block of believing in yourself. No one's ever like, I shut myself away and then I was ready to do the thing and I did it. You want to do that big bird. So you could say the weird caveat is if you have to do a one-time thing. This girl wrote me a letter and she was like, how do I get over the anxiety of delivering my vows? So you gotta do it nervous. I can't imagine a time in your life where you would want to be more sincere. It makes it better. I've been to 1,000 weddings, and every time people show genuine emotion during their vows, it makes it better. Actually so boring if somebody gets up there and is like, hey, you're the best. And this is no different than any other day. And you look great, and I can't wait for cake and for my best man to touch the upper part of your leg. And this is, how about forever with us? High five. Let's go do it for the first time. People get nervous to say anything. Just say whatever the fuck and then deal with the consequences. That's when you find out what you're made of. That's when you find out how like strong your resolve is. You gotta believe in some shit. If you're nervous to say a thing because you might be wrong, maybe you have to be wrong. And then you have to deal with that. You gotta be like, I was wrong and this is why I was wrong. I was a little nervous. If you're willing to put yourself in a position where you can fuck something up and you're willing to learn from that experience, you're only gonna get better. You know what's a common piece of advice I heard while performing a lot that I never really got the hang of is like, use the nervous energy to like boost whatever you're gonna do. I don't think I ever really learned how to do that, but then I do the shit and it makes the end part so much better. It's like your nervousness is like a friend that hangs out with you while you're doing the thing to remind you of how much the thing means to you. You don't want to get rid of that person unless they're ugly and you don't want them with you in the pictures that you take afterwards. But we do get rid of that person, don't we? Isn't it kind of sad that we get rid of our nerves? Let's take that approach. Our nerves are so important because of all the other shit that I said. And then you do the shit and you prove to yourself that you could do it, and then maybe next time, chances are you never have it as much as you did. Think about the first time you had sex. You're so nervous, all your friends talk about it, and then you do it and you're like, that was it? That fucking smelled. That's what I was nervous about? If you figure out how to somehow use that nervous energy to make the thing better, let me know. You can either come see me in New York or Chicago, or next month in San Francisco. You could just tell me to my face. And I think if you delay what you're doing because you're nervous, I think it's more procrastination than anything else. Sometimes your nerves make you put it off until it doesn't happen, and that's the worst. I'd be way more nervous about having an unfulfilling life than I would doing something, actually participating in something I really wanted to do and fucking it up. Here's a little bonus tip that I wish I could have told myself years and years ago. You don't have to pretend like you're not nervous. You just have to make the thing you want to do the priority. There's been so many times where I've shown up to a nerve-wracking situation and just like kind of put on a hard-ass face, and that's not it. Because then I look back at that stuff and I'm like, look at the forced confidence. Like, you want to do a thing as you. You want to do it as you as possible. So if you show up super nervous, that's more you than acting like you're not. And I realized that acting like you are helps you get through it. So do that if you need to. This isn't like a one-size-fits-all thing. But for me personally, my perceived confidence and my forced confidence is so much worse than my regular personality that I wish someone had told me that at some point. Dude, even walking down the street to do this dumb shit, look at this. There's people all over the place. And there was a time I was like, dog, I'm 40. And I'm walking through my fucking neighborhood with a camera. That's loser shit. And then I'm like, that car that passed, I'm never gonna see those fucks again. Unless they live on the street. I might see those fucks 1,000 times, but I ain't nervous about it. You know why? Because they will be fine. They have a house. You know, my buddy Matt asked me a really good question. What kind of question would you want to ask someone for a video like this? For the first time in my life, I get the feeling that I'm being overlooked. And I've never had that before. And I think for most of my life, I battled imposter syndrome. And then even when I think I'm good enough to be in X, Y, or Z position, I'm like, is it my ego or pride that's saying I need to be here? And like, what right do I have to like speak up for myself? But I think it's my nervousness that stops me from speaking up for myself in a lot of situations. And because of that, I find myself not in a lot of situations. But that's what I would ask, because I don't want to feel overlooked, either because I feel like I'm being valued, or even if I'm not, I just don't want that feeling on me. I want to rid myself of feeling like I'm overlooked, because it's annoying. It's like when you know your potential and you want somebody else to see it so bad. I feel like I'm running a marathon every time I have to prove it to somebody from the ground up. And I've had to do that so many times in my career. And I've balked at the chance to speak up for myself because of nerves. And that's just not gonna happen anymore because it's a waste of time. That Amazon driver has his door wide open. Does anyone have anything that they want to say now? Yes.
I know an 88-year-old woman who died by being hit by a car the other day.
You know an 88-year-old woman?
I didn't know her. It was somebody.
Well, we're already backpedaling. Yeah. The story's brand new.
I had to go to her funeral.
Oh, good enough to go to her funeral. Yeah. Did you know her name?
Oh, damn.
The name escapes me. So you didn't pick up one of those little cards that they have. Joan. We got it, dude. Right at the buzzer. Poor Joan. She's 88. She got hit by a car.
Was
88. Of course.
T-boned on the highway. But like open casket.
Oh, good. Thank goodness. Fuck, man. What was the last interaction you had with Joan?
Well, I thought that she was insulting my girlfriend's cooking, but that was like a different lady.
It wasn't her.
It wasn't her.
Some other mystery lady was talking shit about
Yeah,
her.
during the funeral though, I was like, oh, she was talking shit. And then after, my girlfriend was like, no, that wasn't him.
Damn, during your last chance to say goodbye, you thought she was talking shit about you.
I never said hello.
You never said hello?
I don't know the lady.
Why were you at the funeral of somebody you don't know that well? Was there free food?
No.
What a fucking funeral. Dude, you know what would have been the absolute best? If your girlfriend cooked a bunch of food for the funeral. She would have wanted this. I'm almost positive.